Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about private search engines, some of my favorite choices for what you should use, some you should be cautious about using, and then just discussing why you should use these over tools like Google, Yahoo, and Bing. So first of all, what are the private search engines that are available online? My top choices would be DuckDuckGo, StartPage, Qwant is another big one. And then beyond that, there's a few, smaller, less well-known tools that you can use to search the web privately, like OneSearch, which is a new private search engine offered by Verizon. And then there's Ecosia, which is not mainly private, but it's obviously more private than something like Google or Bing, which may track you. So first of all, DuckDuckGo is the most well-known, widely used private search engine. I think they've done over 50 million searches a day for a while now. They've been around since I think like 2010 or maybe earlier. And their founder, Gabriel Weinberg, just decided that it would be a good idea to stop tracking people because he thought that it was, a risk to store a ton of user information. And now DuckDuckGo is still a small player compared to something like Google, but they're slowly gaining market share. And for people concerned about privacy, I think it's a great choice. They have a pretty, clean, simple design and have a lot of interesting search features which allow DuckDuckGo to deliver some useful results specifically for like developers and stuff like that who might need something a little more complex than what Google offers. And DuckDuckGo's main priority is limiting the tracking that you experience from your search engine. It's not the most private search engine as far as like network like local security. Like your searches show up in your browser history and in your URL, which is fine if you're mostly just concerned about tracking. But you should know that if you're trying to choose between something like StartPage and DuckDuckGo. So that brings me to the next one, StartPage. StartPage began as Xquick, I think in like 2008, so it's been around for quite a while. And at some point, they launched StartPage, and then more recently, they merged Xquick and StartPage into one, just so that people would have an easier time finding their search engine and knowing how to spell StartPage rather than Xquick, which could be kind of complicated. StartPage is interesting because it uses Google's results, but with added encryption and privacy protection added. It's kind of a bare bones tool, so it's like offering Google's results without, many of the conveniences or features that Google offers. So I think StartPage has like a web search and an image search, and that's it. They don't have like the news search or the video search or, the other features that Google has. StartPage is great if you use Google and you're wanting to use something that's a little more privacy friendly. I definitely recommend StartPage as a place to start. No pun intended there. But it's a good option. If you're really dedicated or if you're set on using Google's results, StartPage is definitely the place to go. It's the only private search engine that I'm aware of that uses Google's results. And then next up is Qwant. It's a French search engine, pretty straightforward as far as search engines go. It does have like a more feature-rich homepage than many of the other search engines. So if you like having a homepage with news and other information on there, Qwant could be a good place to start. It's based in France, so that means that their service is subject to EU privacy laws, which is probably better than the United States, but maybe not that much better because of things like 14 eyes and 9 eyes and whatever surveillance programs that may exist. But Qwant's another good one. And then beyond that, there's the smaller ones. I know Verizon just launched a private search engine. It's called OneSearch. I think it's OneSearch.com or OneSearch.org. Yeah, OneSearch.com. People have kind of expressed concerns about using OneSearch because it's related to Verizon. Verizon has had some privacy issues in the past, but I haven't really had much of a chance to work with OneSearch to try it out to really have an opinion on its results or its functionality or any of that stuff. But it's another one to try out. And something I think people should know is that regardless of if you're using the best private search engine or something that may have some privacy issues, at the end of the day, you're probably going to be better off using a private search engine that could do more than you would be using something like Google that, openly tracks you and collects your information. So, you should still be careful. You can't break the law just because you're using a private search engine, but I think there's definitely value in using those tools. And those are a few good search engines to start with. There's other tools like Ghostpeek or Search Encrypt, or I'm trying to think. Ecosia is another one. It's every time you search or something, it donates money to plant trees, which I think is a pretty cool feature. So if you're interested in helping save the environment and plant some trees, Ecosia is pretty cool, and it doesn't track you, and privacy's, as far as I know, they do a good job of protecting your privacy, even though that's not their primary value proposition. So I think it's important to use these tools. Something like Google is obviously getting better at collecting your information. So if you're worried about that or think that's an issue, there's definitely private tools or private alternatives out there. So, thanks for watching. And if you have a private search engine that you enjoy, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear about some other privacy tools out there that I may not be aware of. So thanks for watching.